Hi guys, it is the 3rd of May. I am Lindsay, otherwise known as Pink Stitcher. You can find me on, obviously, YouTube as Pink Stitcher, also on Instagram as Pink Stitcher. This is going to be a long one. Sorry guys, I've got a lot to talk about. I think I said last time I've had a bit of a situation with one of my pieces, which is now turned into 2 pieces actually. Basically, I suck at cross stitch, so I want to talk about that a bit. I've also got a pretty considerable amount of haul sitting beside me, and a really good magazine which I may or may not flip through depending on whether I have time. So last time I did a whip update, I was just about to go on to my sampler week. So I started working on the mystery sampler from Papillon Creations, and this was released in whatever magazine it was released in, and it was in 5 parts. I've said before, I mean, you can go back and check videos. If I remember during, I'll let you know. So I started here, halfway down this flower. I got the flower done, the crown done, the end done, this flower, these, this guy here, all that corner, the U, and this done. And I got to here and realised that the whole thing was 5 stitches out. So all of this from here down is 5 stitches too far into the middle, 5 or 6 stitches. It should be over there. So of course when I went to join up at the bottom, it's too far over. Now the problem with that is that there's a big thing to go in the middle and it's not going to fit. So what I'm going to have to do is, and it took me a long time to figure this out, I had to sort of put it down and think about it. I am going to start stitching the middle and see how much I need to move stuff over. Probably what I will do is just jiggle these ones at the edge. I might have to move the ones on this edge as well. It depends how bad it looks. This is 600 stitches and I really don't want to rip it all back out again, but I may have to. So that is as far as I got. I got a lot done. I'm just going to have to undo it and do it again. The other thing I did with this was it's The Gift of Stitching. There you go, that's the name of the magazine. I'd cut the bottom off the fabric because it was actually a piece that I'd repurposed and it was too big, too long anyway. I don't like the white background. I don't like the stark white background. So what I am proposing is tea or coffee dyeing it after it's done. So I thought I'll cut the bottom off and I'll tea and coffee dye. I'll tea dye one and coffee dye another to see how they turn out, because I was going to tea dye it and I thought I'll try both. So this is tea dyed. I'm going to hold that up against the white so you can see the difference. Forgive this, that's something else, but it's the same fabric. That's tea dyed. That is too dark and too orange for me. Now I did use probably too many tea bags, but it's still too orange. Not quite what I want. That is coffee dyed and I like that far better. So basically what I did was I put coffee in a saucepan, dunked the fabric in it, left it sitting for, you know, a few minutes, took it back out and dried it. Let me know your opinion. I mean, it's going to dye the threads as well. But obviously notice drastically this is going to dye the fabric. And most of the threads are quite dark. I think the lightest one is that pink, but you know, it's not going to matter because you might actually really like that colour. So I think that I'm going to go with coffee dye when I've finished it. But I've got a bit to go first. The middle of this, the part 5, has got 3 different things that you can do. One is a birth sampler, which I don't want to do. One is technically a sort of anniversary sampler, so it's got a man and a woman and a date and how many years. I thought about doing that. And the other one is a peacock with the alphabet, and I think I'll do the peacock with the alphabet. So next time that comes out, I'm going to Thunder and Lightning, start in the middle, and see how we get on. So I did work on something else for a couple of days because I'm working on something for a friend's birthday, which I can't show because I know that she watches the podcast. But I will record a video once I've finished it. I actually ran out of thread and had to order another skein. It's, again, I'm not very good at judging sizes of things, and it's slightly bigger than I thought it was, and I've used an entire skein of Weeks Dye Works and I'm nowhere near finished it. So next I picked up Ex Machina. This is A Heaven and Earth. This is by Chris Ortega, did the original artwork. I'm on page 2, so I started there, and I've done this in the last few days, which I'm quite pleased with. My only problem is this. So I use Paco thread organisers, as I said in my last video. I really, really like them. I don't know whether I'd put the wrong shade of grey on my thread organiser or whether I've now got a different bobbin and it's a different dye lot and it's much lighter. I think I'd put the wrong colour on, the wrong shade. So all of this is supposed to be the same as that, and it's clearly not. Now, I don't know whether that's going to be a problem. I don't know whether it's going to bug me. I don't know which one is better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue. I'm going to use the colour that I'm sure is 415 in the rest of it, and then if it's a problem I'll go back and fix it later. It looks glaringly obvious now I'm looking at it on the screen, but it's a tiny, tiny, tiny part of such a big project that, you know, if you think that's 1 page, 2 pages, there's, you know, 70 pages or something crazy. I'm not sure it's going to be that noticeable. I can't rip it out because I park, so I just can't do it. There was a very harsh line there, and actually I feathered it in slightly, but it's, you know, you can see where this colour is supposed to be the same as that, and it's very not. So, opinion, should I stitch over it? Should I leave it and see how I get on? I don't know. It's nice to see on the screen actually, because you can see the hands on the clock now. It's very difficult when you're sitting so close up to it to see these things. I'm parking diagonally on this, so I've just done that one, so I'm working my way up, and that's actually the end of the page. There's like not quite a full block column there. I think it goes to like 7 stitches or something, and that's the edge of the page. So I'm getting there. I'm going to do a tiny little bit more on this tonight. I'm doing the Ultimate Cross Stitch Bingo Challenge, which is basically bingo. So a number is called every day and you have to do minimum that number of stitches. which really helps me. I find that so helpful. I do much more stitching when there's some form of bingo going on. I am now 2 days behind. I was completely up to date until last weekend, and then I didn't stitch for 3 days, I think. So I did a little bit on the Grey Lady, 100 stitches or so, 200 stitches. No, I did 300 stitches actually, but it's not worth showing. The reason I got this out is because I'm totally burnt out on the Grey Lady and I'm sick of looking at it. I know I wanted to get it finished this year, but honestly I'm thinking about just putting it in a bag and forgetting about it because I'm not enjoying working on it. It's a chore. I don't like the artwork anymore. Not that I loved it in the first place, but I'm over it. And I've got, doesn't seem like much in that I've got 2.5 pages to go, but that's still, you know, 20,000 stitches or something silly like that. It's going to take a long time. So yes, that is Ex Machina by Chris Ortega. I'm sure you've seen it before. I'm sure that grey's supposed to be darker. I'm going to go and double check what is up with my DMC colours. Maybe I've got a bobbin wrong or something. So that was that. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on from tomorrow. I'm reconsidering my rotation. At the moment I've got 2 Heaven and Earth weeks in there and I'm not sure that's what I want anymore. I need to sort of prioritise other things, I think. Anyway, so I've had a good week, mail wise. My partner is in Las Vegas this week. He's been away since Saturday and he's back tomorrow. So you know, you gotta shop. Boring thing first, I ordered a metre of 40 count antique white linen. So I got, you know, it's no fancy, it's just 40 count linen. I'm gonna dye it. I've got a lot of pieces which call for 40 count linen and large, like more than fat quarters, and annoyingly just more than fat quarters, so I'm just going to cut it to size and dye it. The next thing I got was my fabric of the month from Sparklies, and this is the first time I've been in a fabric of the month from Sparklies. This is what I got, and this is 32 count linen, Belfast obviously. I've since also signed up for 2 pieces of 40 count, 2 fat eighths of 40 count. This is a fat quarter. So I'll get those next month as well. I sort of wish I'd signed up for the 40 count to begin with now. I'm finding that I'm stitching on higher counts. I much prefer it, but I had Mirabilias in mind when I signed up. Anyway, this I'm going to start using very soon because actually it's perfect for something that I've got, I'm about to start, which I will show you in a minute. I may as well keep that out actually. So yes, thank you Kate, you read my mind. That was exactly what I needed. It's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a colourful thing, but that was what I needed. Right, so I put in a couple of orders. First of all, I got Flosstube bags, which, you know, are not very exciting. And I also got a load of rings. because I've got now a pretty big collection of Weeks Dye Works and Gast, and they're in a drawer and I'm having to sort through them all the time, and I can't keep them with projects because they're just loose and rolling around in bags and that's no good. So I thought I would get organised. I also got from the same shop, it's Cat X Stitch, I also got 25 loose John James size 28 needles for not very much money. So if you're looking for John James needles, that's the place to go. They're much cheaper buying them loose than they are in the packs. Right, now on to the shiny stuff. I got 2 orders in. I got one from Peakside Needleworks, Peakside Needlecraft, Peakside something, which was mainly thread, and one piece of fabric and one chart. This is the piece of fabric. This is Weeks Dye Works fabric, and basically I just got a little bit, I got a fat 1/8 because I wanted to try it and see what it's like. I've never used it before. It's usually really expensive, and for some reason, and I didn't know what it was. It's certainly different than, it's not Zweigart, I'll tell you that for nothing. It's more like Permin, but I don't think it is. And that's a 36 count, and I can't for the life of me remember the colour. It might be barley, but it's just a neutral. If I can find a white thing. There we go. There we go, that's better. I'm losing the light, it's getting dark outside, which is why everything's gone a bit orange. There we go. So this 36 count. I will stitch something on it, probably fairly soon, just to see if I like it or not. Just out of interest, I did find that Peakside also sell Picture This Plus fabric, as do the Patchwork Rabbit, and Weeks Dye Works, and they also do R&R fabric. I've been desperately trying to find Lakeside linens. Patchwork Rabbit used to do them, but they don't have any in stock at the moment. So if anybody knows where I can get Lakeside linens in the UK or in Europe so that I don't have to pay duty bringing it into the country, then please let me know. Because I've not tried them, but I want to. Right. The chart, I'll show you the threads in a minute. The chart that I got was this one. This is All the Hills Echoed by Blackbird Designs, and this is one of the For the Birds series. I thought it was the first one. It's the 4th one. Doesn't really matter. So I'm the sort of person who gets completely obsessed with things, like properly obsessed. It's possibly because I'm autistic, I don't know. I am currently obsessed with Blackbird Designs, like in a big way. So, here is my haul of charts that I got in this morning, and this is from Arts and Designs. If you have never gone to the Arts and Designs website, they're based in Scotland. Go and have a look. They're the cheapest place I found to get charts, and they do so many different kinds. They do prim, they do samplers, they do reproduction samplers, they do your general sort of cross stitch charts, they do mirabilias, they do long dog samplers. I think they do some heaven and earth. They're really, really reasonably priced, very quick, and very nice. I emailed the other day because there's a chart that I have been looking for at least a year. and it's not out of print, it's still available, but it's only available in the US. And it's a it's a sampler by Scarlet House. It's called the Smith sampler. It's the one, if you've seen it, it's got the two swans in the middle. It's got the name Smith on it. Now, my partner's name is Smith. Our surname is Smith. And I'm being desperate to stitch this and I couldn't get it. But she stocks other Scarlet House charts, so I sent her an email saying, please is there any way you can get this for me? And she got back to me very, very quickly, within an hour or so, saying, I will do my best. If it's with our stockist, I'll have it with you in a couple of weeks. So that was very nice of her. In the meantime, I ordered a basket of cherries, which is the first in the Garden Club series by Blackbird Designs, and I'm going to do all of these, and I am going to do them on a piece of linen that I got from Sparkly's. There's 12 of these in total, so I'm going to do that. This is wild berries, and this is the first in the, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Abecedarian? Abecedarian. There we go, and there's some more of them on the back. So I've got that. I've got this, which I just absolutely love. This is Away We Ride, again by Blackbird Designs. And it says, away we ride till it's dark as pitch to find the home of the Wicked Witch. I love that. I think that's great. It's funny and quirky, and it looks like a sampler. You know what I mean with the border. I just do like that. That was an impulse purchase. So this is another Blackbird Designs. Told you I was obsessed. And this is Casting a Spell. So you've got all the little charts for the box, for the sewing box, and you've also got 2 pin cushions as well. I got something which wasn't Blackbird Designs. This is Margaret Murray. This is a reproduction sampler by Needle Made Designs. It's a Scottish sampler. It's got a few different stitches in it. It's got a couched grass and satin stitch and a few other things. It's got 1/1 stitching. I think it's got whole bean in it as well. It says, this antique sampler was stitched as the model on 46 count linen. Not quite that brave, not 40 counts enough. This is done in Gloriana silks. I am probably not going to do it in Gloriana silks. That's a lot of Gloriana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's 16. It's about 80 quid in silk. It's nice. I'll decide later. There we go. The next thing I got was not what I had intended to get, but you know, I can't not get the thing that I wanted and then not get something else. So I wanted this one, which is Halloween at Hawkrun Hollow, and I will get it as soon as it comes in. I love that one. It's my favourite Hawkrun Hollow. And what I ended up with was the map of Hawkrun Hollow, because I had Halloween at Hawkrun Hollow in my cart for 3 days, and by the time I went to check out, it was out of stock. So that is the map of Hawkrun Hollow by Carrot House Samplings, of course. Here's the other. I've actually also got the Shores of Hawkrun Hollow. I believe. I do love these. I've never stitched one, and I almost like that. It's a shame it was that one. I like the idea of doing the little blocks. This is charted for MPI, I believe, MPI Silk. We'll see. I don't know. I'll do it in a 40 count just to keep it smaller. And that, I think, is all that I got, other than thread. So, I'd obviously bought charts, or was in the process of buying charts, and I've just realised what I've done. I was really confused because I got a load of thread and then I'd forgotten what I was kitting up. So I ordered the thread before I ordered the charts. 2 of the charts I wanted to write with stock, 3 of the charts I wanted to write with stock, and I changed my mind on 2. So basically I've kitted up something that I don't have the chart for, I think, because I've got 3 random threads and I don't know what they're for. If anybody wants to tell me a project that uses wherever the threads are, midnight and something else, then yeah, midnight. And Reach Dye Works Mocha, and another one which, you know, I couldn't match them to anything, so I don't know what I did. If I had a brain this week, it'd be dangerous. Right, so I have kitted up the Schoolhouse, Summer Schoolhouse series by Brenda Gervais, or Gervais. Here is my fabric. This is sheep, and this is 28 count. It's stitched over 1 on 28 count, so it's small. And this is by XG Designs. Oh god, it still smells wonderful. And these are the threads. So, there we go. There is 3 Classic Colourworks, which I've never used Classic Colourworks before. It's the first time I've ever had them. A few Gasts and a few Wakes Dye Works. So, here we go. I've got the second in the series as well. I think I've got the 4th. I've not got the 3rd, but I think they mainly use the same colours. The other threads that I got are for something which I don't have the picture for, which is not very helpful. I've just put these on here and actually it's not going to work. So I'm going to start at some point, Anniversaries of the Heart series by Blackbird Designs, and these are the threads for the first one, which is called Frost Garden. But I've just done a Floss Toss, and one of the threads in particular, which is one of the main ones on the outside, I think it's, yeah, light khaki. It's the same colour. It's the same colour as the linen. So I don't know whether I need to change, pull another piece of fabric or change the threads. I'll see what I've got. I might be able to come up with something. What else? I think that's it, other than a magazine, which I'm just going to quickly show because it's the best magazine. So this is the last in my subscription I will have to renew. This is the best needle work magazine, in my opinion, like in the world. It's Australian. It's called Classic Inspirations. If you're in the UK, you can subscribe through Manor House Publishing. If you are in Australia, then if you go to I think it's Inspirations Studios. Yes, inspirationsstudios.com. Inspirations with an S, no Inspiration Studios, that's something else. Then you can have a look there. They sell the kits for these projects, and they're pretty reasonably priced for the quality of stuff that you're getting. I'm just gonna show you some of the projects in here. So this is obviously counted needlework. It's got a bit of black work and some cross stitch in there. This is called Gloriana. The kit that you get includes everything, so the silk and the tassel-y stuff and the fabric and all the threads and the beads. If there's beads, is there beads? Yes, there are beads. Charts are nice, clear. Instructions and finishing instructions are very good. This is Double Take by Helen Stevens. And that's obviously silk shading. There's also another version of it, which is this wee birdie there with different colours. But that's beautiful. It's so pretty, so pretty. The colours are amazing. This is Spring Delights by Anna Mala. So both of those. I mean, you don't need to buy the kits. The charts and the patterns are in the back of the magazine. What else? This is Picture This. I think it's needle lace in the middle. Is it needle lace? No, it's not. It's drawn thread work or pulled thread work. Lots of good articles. Fairy Dreams by Yvonne Betts. That's cute. I wouldn't make it, but it's cute. Gotta love Hazel Bloomkamp. This is Hazel Bloomkamp. This is Fantasia. As you know, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, I love Hazel. There we go, there's a better picture. To get that sort of project in a magazine is pretty good, I think. How many projects? 12 projects in this. So, I mean, they're pretty reasonably sized projects, though. I am going to make these because I've fallen in love with these little froggy guys. They're needle lace and gold work. Don't know how well you can see that. They're so lovely. They're little purses, actually, I believe. Here's a better. Here's a close-up of the big one. So we'll give that a go. Rosie's Node Lace, that's stump work and a bit of gold work. That is by Alison Cole. Look at the detail on that. What else? Adverts. Have I got to the end? Is that the end? Yes, I think so. Maybe I missed one or two, but certainly there's enough to keep you going. And I do find that it's a little fairy. I do find that the projects in this magazine are so varied that there's always going to be something for everyone. I find there's gold work, stump work, there's usually some sort of silk shading project. There's usually at least one counted threadwork project like crow stitch or pulled thread work. There's, you know, there's lots and lots and lots of different things. There's beading, as I say, gold work and whatever else. So yeah, check that out. You can buy single issues. I find that subscribing was probably better just for postage wise, but it's £30 a year, and there are 4 issues a year. It's every 3 months, which for my liking is not often enough, but it's a really good quality magazine, and I understand it takes a long time to put together. So I think that that is everything that I wanted to say. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm slightly, God, in all honesty, my head is up my arse this week. Guy's away in Las Vegas. He's on a completely different time zone. He's 8 hours behind, and he dropped the bombshell on, I think it was Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday night at like midnight or something, that the completion date for the house, he's gotten the completion date for the house, and it's in 3 weeks, or it's the 30th of March, and I just had this, oh my God, you know, that's not enough time thing. It is enough time, I just don't know where to start, basically, is the problem, and he's away, so that's not terribly helpful. And he told me at 12 o'clock at night, so I basically lay awake for the next 4 hours going, oh my God, we need to do this, oh my God, how am I going to do that, oh my, and it'll be fine, I just, you know, needed to go through that panic. It's going to be really stressful for about a week or 2 weeks, but you know, when it's done, it's done. Nothing horrible is going to happen. It's just a lot of work and putting things in boxes and packing stuff up. So, I don't know what to do with my stitching. I'm going to basically decide in a minute or two what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening. And I don't know what I'm going to do as from tomorrow. Maybe I'll start something new. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me and my rambling. And I will see you in the next few days, probably. Once I've decided what I'm doing. Enjoy your stitching. Bye-bye now.